There's a really great analogy that I'll give you for the largest smart contracting platform in the world is Ethereum. So if you look at like the king of coins, it's always going to be Bitcoin, or at least it has been. And Bitcoin I think has 40% of the entire market cap of all cryptocurrencies. So 40%, like that's a lot. Like that's going to be hard to dethrone that person or that coin. Bitcoin is a lot like gold. The reason why it's worth something is that you can't flood the market tomorrow. We have like a fixed supply. There's about 19 million that have been created and 21 million will ever be created. And it's on this sort of emission curve that like really teeters out. And I think it's not till 2140. So we have like another 120 years of emissions, but every like 3 years it halves. You have a halvening. So it started off with 50 coins per block, and then it went down to 25, 12.5, 6.25, on down. And then pretty soon it'll be just, tiny amounts. But the price at that time should be a lot higher. So the dollar value should follow that curve. So if you look at like what, people ask, why does Bitcoin have value? It's like, well, for the same reason gold has value. It's not because you can use it. You can use gold in certain applications, in industrial applications, but not for $1,500 an ounce. It doesn't command that. So we have so you have this guarantee that you won't find a giant hunk of gold in the ground. That's what protects gold's value. And actually, if you get down to it, a friend of mine shared this with me. A dear friend of mine named Fred. He shared this idea about. What really protects the value of gold is the actual atomic structure of the atom, that you can't create more of them. And if you like, there's a ceiling to what gold would be worth, and that's the amount that alchemy comes in, where you can actually create gold.
Yeah.
You can create gold right now, but it's like $4,000 an ounce. So you really shouldn't. You should just go buy it, and that's what protects the value of it. So it's actually on the molecular level. And when you get into Bitcoin, you have the same sort of thing. There's only 21 million and some extra numbers after that will ever be created. Now, you'd have to convince a lot of people that are holding on to this scarce resource to somehow give up more of this resource, right? Like, and that's really hard to do. It's like, hey guys, you want to bring in some other material like gold. We're going to call it gold and just like extend the supply. Like, no, they're going to protect their investment because that would have their investment if they doubled the supply. These are like very basic economic principles that the blockchain community is having to learn on the fly, because we're a bunch of programmers and hackers that like hang out, and program all day and learn about complex systems. What we didn't do is we didn't go to college to learn about economics. We didn't do these deep reads and these all these different philosophies and how they relate and all these kind of things. There's a whole community out there. This is kind of what we're talking about.
I'm guessing both communities, and I can speak for my community.
Yeah.
We struggle to meet girls.
Yeah.
Present company accepted, of course.